I don't think I've ever read a book where a person can climax by being touched on their wings. I don't know what to think anymore. If you guys have been following me on Goodreads, I've been reading from August 25th to now Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Mist and Fury. Because I don't remember a damn thing that happened in it. I read it when it first came out, like 2016, 2017. And I don't remember if I liked it back then. I looked at my Goodreads, I said I gave it a 5 stars, but I don't remember why. It's funny because I remember A Court of Thorns and Roses vividly. Sorry about the shine, this is my ring light. I remember this book vividly, but I don't remember, like I said, Court of Mist and Fury. And one of my friends, one of my closest friends, read the series recently and loved it. From Court of Thorns and Roses all the way to Court of Silver Flames. And because I've been trying to read more books, read more adult books, I decided, you know what, let's try A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Thorns and Roses again by Sarah J. Maas. And so I didn't bother rereading Court of Thorns and Roses because I remember that one. Even though I was planning on it, I decided not to. This book has been out for a while. I'm not going to explain the plot. Just say we follow Feyre in a fantasy world, and there's like fays and courts and Court of Dreams, Court of Nightmares, Spring Court, Summer Court, Autumn Court, Winter Court. We have characters like Feyre, Tamlin, Rhysand, Amren, Cassian, Lucian, or Lucian, however you want to pronounce it, Nesta. I don't know why, but I just liked this story. I didn't love it. I gave this one a 3. If I had to be specific, 3.75 out of 5. But on Goodreads, I gave it a 4. That's just the closest rounding up to it. So here's some things that I liked about A Court of Mist and Fury. I think the writing was pretty decent. I think Sarah J. Maas really knows how to set up, you know, scenery, you know, describing, you know, buildings or landscapes or whatever. I think she does a great job of that part. I liked the lore of the courts. I think that's pretty interesting. Rhysand is like my favorite character. He's the character that really kept me going for this book. Rhysand was more interesting to me in this one than Tamlin was. I liked Tamlin in Court of Thorns and Roses. I did not like him in this one. Probably because he wasn't in it as much as he was like in Court of Thorns and Roses, considering that this book is like a Persephone sort of inspired story where Feyre goes to Rhysand, goes with Rhysand to his kingdom. Just like Persephone, you know, Persephone gets dragged down to Tartarus with Hades. That part, you know, I get that part, but I'm just like, the scenes that Tamlin was in didn't feel like the same Tamlin from A Court of Thorns and Roses, to me at least. I don't know, he just felt kind of whiny. It's like his property is gone. Like, that's seriously how, to me, it came across as. I'm not saying that women or men are property to their partner. It just felt like that. I was very uncomfortable with that. What was another thing that I liked? So, Rhysand definitely is probably my favorite character in this book. Even though he's like this cocky, arrogant bastard, he's very much like, what was his name? Damon Salvatore from Vampire Diaries. You know, this dark figure, you know, his jet black hair, his bright blue eye. This reminds me of Damon Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries. But there's always that one person in a love triangle. There's always that one guy in a love triangle that has to be dark and brooding. Jacob and Twilight. Rhysand in this. I just found Rhysand more of a compelling character than, you know, Tamlin and even Feyre. I liked Feyre in the beginning of this book, but I don't know. As the book went on, I'm just like, girl, just relax. Also, she let everybody walk all over her, telling her what to do. I'm just like, girl, get a grip. Alright, so the biggest thing that I did not like, two things that I did not like about this book. There was a lot of filler. I think I said this with Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. There was a lot of filler, but there was some important information in those filler parts. But other than that, I'm just like, why do we need to have a casual conversation with Cassian, or a casual conversation with Lucian, and why, you know? And Nesta and Elaine. Okay, I really liked Elaine. I really did like her. But then we get to Nesta, and I'm just like, oh god, because now she's like the main character in A Court of Silver Flames. I'm like, I don't like you in this one, so you expect me to like you in A Court of Silver Flames? Although I like Cassian enough, even though I don't really like him that much. Cassian, I like him enough to actually read A Court of Silver Flames. But Nesta, my god, I understand she has a prejudice against Faze, and she has that set, but it's just like, ugh, you know, like, girl, relax. And then I never thought in a million years I would ever hear the words, a Illyrian fairy can reach climax when touched in a certain spot of his wing. Never in a million years would I ever read that, but yet here we are. There's a YouTuber, her name is With Cindy. I will definitely recommend her channel. Her opinions are a lot harsher than mine, but her videos are really funny, so I will link her review of Court of Mist and Fury down below. She did actually do the whole series. She does have separate reviews for each book of this series, so go ahead and check those out. While I disagree with her, I still respect it, and I still respect her. I still respect her, you know, her viewpoint. I actually like this book more than she did, but I don't know why we needed to learn about that sex scene or that sexual note about Illyrian Faze. And also, page 22. Why? Why did we need that? Like, why do we need that scene? Oh, well, that's one way to start a book, I guess. I didn't really think that part added, you know, anything to the story. Hamlin is a sex-crazed and Feyre sex-crazed. It is what it is. Ending of this book really saved the story as a whole for me, because it was just really surprising, you know. And then we get to, and then I am excited now to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. But just know I'm just not excited for it, because that book is so long. It's so long. And Silver Flames is really long too. Just really scared. And Crescent City is longer than Silver Flames, but I might actually get to that book first before Wings and Ruin. I gave this one, like I said, a 3.75 out of 5. It's not that this book sucks, it doesn't. It's still fun to read, but it's just, I don't know, I just wasn't immersive into this world. Like, I'm so immersed in Throne of Glass, it's not even funny. I'm not immersed into this book as much as, you know, everybody else was. I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of this book, unfortunately. I still think A Court of Thorns and Roses is the superior book out of the two that I've read. I'm hoping that the rest of the series will be good, or at least decent, I guess. If you have read this book, let me know down below. And which book of the Court of Thorns and Roses series is your favorite? I'm seeing a lot of like Mist and Fury, surprisingly, is what I've been seeing a lot of people's favorite. Really sad I don't love this book. Going to be it for me from today. If you guys enjoyed this video, big thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts of this book. For more content, the subscribe button is right over here. And also, thank you for 200 subscribers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll link 2 other videos right beside my head, so go ahead and check those out. This one over here is going to be the video with Cindy talking about the books. And I'm going to see everyone soon in my next video. Deuces.